Hey, welcome back to Mortgage Minute Live. We got a special guest. Tracey and I have a special guest, Blake Arceneaux with eXp Realty. Blake, thanks so much for joining us, man.
Appreciate that, man. Thanks for having us.
So the reason Blake was popping in, you guys have probably heard us talk a little bit about the Hancock Whitney 100 program, which is 100% financing, and they've been giving away a ton of money, $10,000 in lender credit, 100% financing, and Blake's fun fact for those that don't know, Blake's wife's actually in the mortgage business too. And obviously my wife's in the mortgage business right now, but we kind of had a new marriage, at least for this deal right here, to be able to work some of that out. So I'll let Tracey kind of take the reins because I had nothing to do with any of this.
So Hancock Whitney extended our incentives for the HW100 program through the end of the year. And that's for any contracts received before December 31st. It is 100% financing on a conventional loan up to $10,000 in lender credit. And there's some cool stuff that we've been able to do with the leftover lender credit when there is leftover lender credit. So Blake, do you want to talk everybody through how you and I just recently worked together?
Yes, absolutely. It'll be a pleasure. Good morning, everyone. My name is Blake Arceneaux. I'm with eXp Realty right here in Lafayette, Louisiana. I had the pleasure of working a transaction with Tracey. And so actually a relative of mine I was representing on the buy-in side. First-time home buyer, just new to the whole process, if you will. So like Robbie said, fun fact, my wife is a lender, and we had a consultation with our client, kind of set him up for success. And whenever he was ready to, buy, we would be ready to roll. Showed him a few homes. Man, God saved us when we got to this home. We met Tracey, the realtor as well, was pushing this program. We read a little bit into it, got with Tracey. She was really responsive. I was able to, secure the property. First-time home buyers, $10,000 in closing is like music to all of our ears, So it was a blessing to be able to get that done. Me and Tracey worked the transaction. I mean, it was seamless, to be honest. Yes, I mean, it really was. I do appreciate that.
Way ahead of schedule.
Yes, I know. Like, Tracey had to clear the close in like 2 weeks, and I'm like, hold on. The sellers didn't even their house wasn't quite ready yet. But I love Tracey's like, well, I just like to let you know that we're ready to close and we're ready to go. So, man, it was such. I mean, my client, who is, like I said, a relative, he's just over the moon. We're able to get not only $10,000 in closing. Tracey was able to do a couple of other things too, right, Tracey? For us?
So because there was money left over on the $10,000, and I like to use every bit of it when possible, we did a permanent interest rate buy down by, I think, about 1/4 point. And you were able to get him a really nice home warranty.
Oh my
God. Do you want to talk through the home warranty you got for him?
Yes. I was able to secure the top of the line home warranty, especially for, first-time home buyers. Actually, to be honest, I have home warranties on all my properties as well. I just believe in them. I'm prior car business, anything when it comes to warranty. I just
all three of us. All three of us are prior car business.
We believe in warranties, and it just it puts the buyer at ease too, right? You know what I mean? Especially making a big investment like that. For the first year, he's protected. He has the opportunity to extend that warranty for as long as he wants, but it just gave him a peace of mind.
Well, I'm sure it gave you a peace of mind, one being his agent and being, family, it makes you feel better.
And you go and visit that house on Thanksgiving and Christmas.
I know that's
birthdays right. and always there.
Yes, that's exactly right. It makes it easy. And when I was in the car business, I used to tell my friends and family, guys, if y'all don't buy the warranty, I don't want to hear y'all cutting up in the service department whenever something's out. You know what I mean? So I strongly encourage it. And you're right, it does. And it sets them up, it sets them up to where, if there's something, heaven forbid, that goes wrong within that first, year of ownership, they have an opportunity to get it fixed and not, take such a blow.
When they're learning how to budget with a house payment, with house maintenance, with house upkeep, all those things. So if something major were to break or, whatever, they may not have necessarily budgeted for it. And this way it gives them the opportunity to ease into being a homeowner, all the expenses that come with it, all the reward too, but there are expenses. And if, like you said, God forbid something happened, he has the peace of mind of knowing, okay, I'm going to be okay. My house is going to be okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's huge, man. And like I said, I don't know how long this program is going to last, Tracey, but we need to get this out to the masses.
Right.
Everybody needs to understand this program. I appreciate you guys having me on this podcast for sure, because this could change people's lives. I mean, you know, he was able to come to the table. I mean, I'm gonna just be, you know, frank and honest, with no money.
No money.
Out of pocket.
And look, he didn't have a deposit.
Correct.
So if he would have gotten that back. So just a few questions that I've gotten about the product and the program.
And actually, so before I'm going to backtrack just a touch for the folks that are watching Blake, you know, that are going to want to potentially buy from Blake, and the folks that are out there listening, they're hearing about the $10,000 in closing costs, but you know, it doesn't apply to every single property that's out there. So let's dial that back a little bit and talk about where, you know, what areas are we looking at, and how do you find out if the property that you're looking at potentially online or Zillow or realtor.com, or, you know, your agent sending over to you via MLS subscription, what does that look like?
Right. So first of all, this is Hancock Whitney money. This is not state money. It's not government money. That's a common question that I get. This is no other program. It's a proprietary product that the bank specifically has. Within Acadiana, the 5 parishes that have eligible areas are Lafayette, Vermilion, Acadia, Iberia, and St. Martin. It's not for every single home in those 5 parishes. It is for select addresses in those markets. And we have a property lookup tool that's very, very easy. It's a website we go to, we plug in the address, and depending on the factors that come out, that tells you if the property qualifies. You also have borrower qualifications as well. There are going to be income limitations to this product, depending on the address and the area where the property is located. But what's great about it is, this is the example I always use. Let's say you have a husband and a wife, and collectively they make $200,000. Well, at that point, they're going to be over the income limit for this product. But if they qualify for the loan with just one of them on the loan, and one of them makes below the income limit, which is typically around $104,000, which is a lot of money, then we only put one of those people on the mortgage, on the loan, and then their income is below the income limit, and then they qualify. I also want to say that the interest rate is actually reduced. Most people think, oh, you're giving a lender credit, you're increasing the rate to make that happen. And that's not the case. Again, this is a special product the bank is offering. The rate is reduced, and the MI, the mortgage insurance, is also reduced. So typically when you don't put at least 20% down on a conventional loan, you have to pay what's called PMI, or private mortgage insurance. And the less you put down, the higher that mortgage insurance is. So if you don't put any money down, imagine how expensive it could be, but it's reduced for this product. This is a special thing that the bank has and that we're offering. So you can't lose. Like you don't have to be a first-time home buyer. You can own one other property simultaneously.
And you don't have to pay the money back.
Yeah, right. There's non-recapture.
You could theoretically sell it in a month.
Yeah.
Or 2 or 3.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want you
to do that, but
yes, there's no recapture on the money. Like if you were to pay it off or sell it or refund, whatever the situation is, there's no recapture on that money. With a lot of the bond and grant programs that we also offer, there are recapture time periods on those for the unused portion.
That's usually a few years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Within a couple of years, the portion that, like in this case, it would be the 10,000. If it were a bond, it was prorated on the bond program, not the HW100 program.
Right. Yeah. So it's a really great product. And if you have anyone who wants to buy a second home or an investment property in those areas, it wouldn't be 100% financing, but we're offering up to $3,000 in lender credit. Nobody gives investors lender credit for anything. So that's really great too. Or if you have a client who doesn't necessarily qualify for a conventional loan, they can use this with other loan products, and they would get up to $3,000 in lender credit. So in other words, if someone finds a home in the eligible market and they don't qualify for conventional, but they qualify for FHA, maybe due to debt to income ratio issues or credit score, we would give them up to $3,000, which is awesome.
So you actually mentioned debt to income. The conventional product, is it similar DTIs as FHA for this HW100?
No, it's going to be conventional debt to income requirements. Conventional debt to income requirements are a little bit lower than than FHA debt to income requirements.
Gotcha.
So typically, depending on the file, you want to be below 50% on your debt to income ratio for a conventional loan. But it varies because if you don't have strong credit, or if there are other factors that aren't good, positive compensating factors, that doesn't necessarily mean you get an approval just because you are below 50% debt to income ratio.
So she just spit out a whole bunch of words for those that are paying attention, that are not in the industry.
Yeah.
Instead of starting to think about, well, maybe I don't have this, that, the other, it doesn't cost you anything to have a
Yeah,
conversation.
just call me.
That's her job to figure all that stuff out. And
I'll do all the math.
we do the math, not me. I don't want any part of it. I just sit here on the other side and talk and, try to chime in every now and then.
Yeah. Well, Blake, thanks so much.
Of course. Thank y'all for having me, man.
Let's get another one.
Absolutely. I'm ready.
Let's get a lot more.
Let's do it.
Absolutely. Blake,
Do you know how long this program will last?
Okay, so officially they said through the end of the year. I have a sneaky feeling maybe they'll extend it into next year, but that hasn't been made official yet. As soon as I find out, I will let you know.
So we've got essentially 30 days left of the program. Since the second ends on the 31st, about 30 days. So the end of the month, we got Christmas and New Year's Eve and all that other fun stuff. That
right
so
there. Yeah.
those that are on
so
the fence.
I have to have a complete loan application and a contract in hand. Now, what I can't do obviously is get 8 contracts on the 31st and I mean, I can work fast, but I don't know. So the sooner we get these contracts, the better. And if you guys are curious about, okay, I have a listing, how do I know if a property qualifies? Let me know and I can look it up for you. Or if you're a realtor and you're like, hey, I have clients who may actually benefit from this product. How do I find out more? Just give us a call. Give me a call. We'll figure it out.
I think at the end of the day, some of the deals lately this year have been not quite as plentiful as they have been in the COVID years. So it's been a little bit different, but I think that being able to spread a little bit of the love out and everybody wins if everybody wins. So that's my philosophy.
Everything's expensive. Money's hard to come by, and everybody just needs to take advantage of this as quickly as possible. Both buyers, sellers, and agents.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Blake, man, thank you so much for hopping on and jumping on with us and telling us about your story with it. Much appreciated.
Thanks,
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Y'all have a great day. Thanks for having me. See y'all soon. All righty.
Bye.
Bye-bye.